Thank you for joining us. This is going to be an information session for the course design. Other name for this form is a senior review form. When you graduate, by the time you approach graduating, this is a form that you will fill out and sign. But this form is more than just senior review form. This is a form that you can use to plan your courses, which is very important aspect. So I've shown you the agenda enough. So before getting into the form, the form and explaining those forms, I want to give you a couple of general advice that I feel strongly that you should think about utilizing. One, let me show you the agenda. Okay. So it is very important you spend some time planning your courses, and these getting diploma, finishing your coursework, course requirement for a bachelor's degree doesn't happen just by accident. It is wise to spend some time and fill out this form. If you're a freshman, you still have to do it. That will give you an idea, okay, in the second year, I want to take these courses. In the third year, I want to take these courses. You can fill out this form and think about what you can do in the next semester, the following semester. And also sometimes you don't, the course that you want to take is not available, then quickly you can have a backup plan and so on. And also, it is very important you ask questions if anything is not clear to you. And I just want to emphasize that who you ask is very important. As recent as yesterday, I met a student who heard something about the major by a peer student who clearly have no idea about the importance of these majors and what's required to it. So you don't want to ask these important questions to your friends in a happy hour. You should ask it to the right person. And I listed there your academic advisor, Kyle Jenkins and Francis Clark. They're assistant deans. And they are the one that is very updated on not only major requirement, but also the gen ed requirements. And I'm not even updated on the gen ed requirements. So I refer you to schedule to have a meeting with them, if possible, every semester or at least once a year. And please don't assume that you know everything. And I come across students so many times that you thought that you know everything, but you don't. And biology major especially is very important that you keep the advice by the advisors, because there are prerequisite courses that there's a sequential courses that you want to think ahead. Okay, so I emphasize very much, if you're in honors college, any advisors in honors college can help you on this also. And I also want to point out that this year, our peer mentor is Kiyoshi Woods, and yeah, he's waving hands. He had a video on. So he will be the contact person. If you have a question, you can reach out to him. You can reach out to me, but some students feel more comfortable talking to peer student. And if you want to ask any question, he will be the person. And if he doesn't know the answer, he will contact me and I'll help you. More than anything, I want you to all join to Slack. There's a biology Slack channel. And I know that if you use a web browser, it's very cumbersome to use, but you can download it to your desktop, your cellular phone. And I share info. I'm getting a lot of useful information constantly, and I cannot send you email every day. And this is a place that I post very useful information, work opportunity, intern opportunity, scholarship opportunity. So please, if you're not signed up, click that, and then you will join to the Slack channel. And I'm not going to spend time on it, but just trust me that you miss out a lot if you have that Slack channel on in your cellular phone. You don't ask questions to the biology related question at the Rutgers app. I know Rutgers app is being used a lot. However, again, the students may have different experiences and they are not authority, and it just breaks my heart when students get the wrong information and miss out great opportunities. So there is a channel for questions answers, and I put my Slack on all the time, and you can ask me question instead of asking your friends question and get wrong answer. Okay, please use this app. And then there's a general channel that there are a lot of useful information posted there daily basis. So please utilize the Slack workspace. By the way, if you have a question, you can post it on the chat box. And I want to go through these forms first, and then I'll get into the answer the questions. Okay. So I want to give you an overview about these, what happened to your course requirements. In May, 2 months ago, after spring semester is over, the faculty in the biology program decided few changes in course requirements. And some of the changes is this clarification of some confusion among students. And another thing is making really more requirement to make sure that you have a high quality education. So the ones that are immediately affected are the ones that just simply clarification and also reducing the load of the course requirements. So it is a good thing for current students. So we apply that immediately. And then there's a new certificate program that will be accepted from coming year. So that is applied to the current students. And then there are other changes that apply to the freshmen and then students who intend to graduate on 2025 and after. So so I'm going to go through two different forms. The one that applied to current students will expire year 2025. So freshmen, you ought to use the right one that I will explain the form in the second part. So pay attention to that. But I'm going to go through the form for the first current students. So there are three main changes. One is there are some confusion about the elective courses, how elective courses are counted. And we made it very simple and clear, and it's reflected in the form. And then we are offering the certificate. So the best we can offer in the program is hands-on experience, experiential learning opportunities, and so on. And our students are getting these training better than any other school. And I benchmark marketing other programs, and I feel very confident that our students deserve to get the certificate. So there are required courses, and you can see that. And if you can if it's not too late, you can take those courses. And by the time you graduate, you may have a certificate of life science research. Okay, so let's get into the new form. By the way, let me kind of show you where all things are. Let me see. Okay, so this is our website, and everything I share is available under the tab Undergraduate, right? So if you go tab, and there is a degree requirements, and so here there is a description of the degree requirement, and the first form is for the current students, and that expires May 2025. And then the second is for the students, freshmen and afterward. So if you click that, you can download the Word document. So that's where you can find the information. By the way, since I'm already here, under this tab, there are tons of information here. So if you have any question, this is the first place to go, okay? Now, and another thing is that if you have any question about today's presentation, anything course requirement that were not explained clearly, you can email me and or use the Slack chat and just post a question there, and I or the peer mentor will answer the question as soon as possible. Okay, so no, this is a new form. Let's do the current student one first. What I keep getting about. Okay. Okay, so this is the form that you use. By the way, why are we using this form, not the degree navigator? So degree navigator is the official tool for the registrar's office using it, but there is some function that doesn't really work well for science majors. For example, that there are lab courses, the degree navigator doesn't count properly and so on, and people are working on it, but until it is completely functional, I recommend you to use these course design or the senior review form. So in here, it is separated by required courses. So there are basic science courses required for the majors. We are not talking about gen ed. We are just talking about bachelor's degree in biology, bachelor's in science. So these are the courses that you ought to take in the first 2 years. And I come across a student somehow have a fear of math and decide to push it as far as you can. And that's a bad idea. And the reason is that calculus and the courses in these required courses are the prerequisite of some of the elective courses. So your goal should be taking these required courses in the first 2 years as soon as possible, okay? And the next section is the elective courses. And so there were some confusions about like what non-biology courses counted as elective courses. So some students want to have forensic science courses counted as biology elective and so on. And the faculty had a robust discussion about this. So our kind of decision right now is that we will account general biochemistry 1, general biochemistry 2 counted as elective courses, biology elective courses. There are 2 other courses that has this is more CCIB course, graduate level course, genome informatics and essentials of biophysics. And these 2 will be counted as a biology electives, none others. So the student can choose 3 from these courses and count it for elective courses. In the elective courses category, there are 2 groups. One, we require you take lecture and lab, okay? And then there is a elective courses, just lecture. So there are 4 courses in all biology undergraduate courses, 300 and up. And if there is a graduate biology graduate courses that you want to take, there's a form to be approved, but then you can take it as a biology elective course for your undergraduate degree. So 300 and above undergraduate course and graduate biology course. Beside that, general biochemistry 1, general biochemistry 2, genome informatics 1, essentials biophysics. So 3 out of these 4 you can use as elective courses. On top, it shows that 4 courses with a lab. So when you use this form for the course design, you can just put your put the courses and course number, and then this will be a planning part. You can just plan when you will take that. And later, I will show you on our biology website where you can find when these courses are offered. So there are core courses offered every semester or every year or every other year. So you can plan ahead using this form. And it also shows what is the prerequisite courses for each elective courses. So again, so this was a confusing part for students, but I want it to be very clear. So the top 4, we expect you to have lecture and lab. And then the bottom is only lecture courses. If you have a lecture and lab, and you can use the lecture portion. Okay, and this is the minimum requirement. If you want to take more than that, please go ahead, take more. But we are talking about what is the minimum requirement for bachelors of science. And then in the senior year, you are expected to have a writing intensive course. Okay, so now we are moving into the second part, the B. And these courses are not required for your degree, but they are required for you getting certificate of life science research. And if you've been in the program a couple of years, you hear a lot about experiential learning, and we offer authentic research experience to all students, not just elite students. And this is what we are talking about: exploring careers in biology, PPBR, independent research, 2 independent research in the junior year, and 2 honor thesis in the senior year. So when you take these 4, so basically when you take all these courses, you can have a certificate of life science when you finish honors thesis, your transcript will show honor thesis graduate in the diploma. So that is one thing that certificate of life science requires more, because it requires to take ECB, PPBR, but for the to be honor thesis. But honor thesis, you cannot take honor thesis without prior working experience with the faculty. So it is not mandated, but the faculty will not accept you as honor thesis student unless you're already working in the faculty lab prior. So if you follow these step by step in the order, that's the best. But sometimes students just later, let's say junior year, you become very interested in, then it's up to the faculty, but faculty would probably require to take at least independent research course before entering into honor thesis. Honor thesis students have to defend their work in front of the faculty by the time they graduate. So just, I want you to understand, you cannot just jump into the honor thesis class in the senior year. That doesn't work. You are advised to take ECB, PPBR, independent research, and so on. And before getting into for the freshmen, I just want to bring your attention again for the where you can find more information about this independent research. So if you go undergraduate, so there's an independent research in biology. So that is a 491, 492 course. And there's a clear explanation what's expected in here, okay? Actually, let me also bring your attention, especially those who like a freshman and sophomore, that you are not, you may not have much experience of registering course. Let's say you want to take certain course this semester, and it's very important for you to take that course, but somehow the conflict of schedule and so on, that course is not available for you. It is red, it is full. That doesn't mean that you cannot take the course. You can contact the professor, the instructor of the course, not me. A lot of students send me the email, but it is the instructor who can give special permission number. So each course has a cap. And let's say if the classroom is 25 seats, usually cap 16. But the faculty has the ability to provide more students coming in because there are seats available, and there's a reason that why certain professor cap certain number, but you have to explain well, hey, this course is very important. I intend to graduate next spring. Without this course, I cannot graduate on time, for example. You need to explain it well, and the faculty will take consideration giving you special permission number, and you can take that. This is very important. When you have a plan, things will change, but just don't give up. Like, you try to make it work for you, and faculty, instructors will try to help you, and no one is trying to just give you a hard time. There's no such faculty in our program. I don't know about in other school, but as far as I know, all the faculty here trying to help you. So if you contact the instructor, hey, explain the situation. If it is a reasonable request, you can get special permission number and get the class. So in this program, in this website, again, I don't want to go every page, but let's say independent research is an important one. And then there's a department honors. That's the honor thesis expectation. And then I don't want to spend much time, but we have NIH-funded undergraduate research program for, this is for rising sophomores. You can apply to the program. Tuition is covered. We allow you to have on-campus housing, food, everything is covered. When you need to travel, summer research experience, we pay. There are a lot of financial academic support to the program for those who pursue to research program like a PhD program. This is not for MD intended student. This is for more research-oriented student. Okay. Again, I'm not checking the chat box now, but please leave your question to the chat box. So we'll get to the questions and answers later. Okay, now. So this is now the form for the class 2025, the freshmen and those who intend to graduate after a year 2025, spring 2025. One additional requirement in this form is right here. For elective courses, now we require students to take at least one course from 4 divisions of biology. So the reason that we are asking this is that some students just choose to take cell biology courses or just ecology courses. And we believe that undergraduate biology education should be very broad, and you should have exposure to all different disciplines. So this is like forcing you to take courses from each courses from, for example, molecular biology field, cellular biology, organismal biology, and ecology and evolution. And that's the only difference, but that's a major kind of shift. So for current students, for some reason that if you like this course requirement better than current one, you can choose this form. So you can choose either one. For current student, you have an option to choose either form, whatever works for you. But the freshmen and those who intend to graduate after 2025 spring, you have to use this form. The previous form for the current student will expire. So we are slowly changing everyone required to take these elective courses from 4 different disciplines. And again, when you download this form, I want you to read these footnotes, and I'm not gonna read it for you, but it is very important that you understand the fine line of the course requirement. Okay, so I've gone through most of the main theme. Let me just look at the questions now. So let me post the Slack chat. So I posted the Slack chat invite. You can join there. Can SAS biology student be enrolled as part-time student, or can you only enroll full-time? So the SAS biology students, we are different college. And for example, so each campus, there are some students want to kind of take courses from other campus. You need prior approval, taking the course and transfer credit. You cannot just randomly take course and then expect it that the credit will be transferred to your campus, because we are under the umbrella of Rutgers, but there are separate colleges. So if you want to take courses, Camden student, New Brunswick student, Camden, you need to approach the department chair and have a pre-approval, and you have to justify why that is. And for example, some students take courses in community college in the summer, and for some reason, the student think that that is easy and convenient, nearby home, and so on, but that is not accepted. You need to justify if the course, for example, I'm really into this course, but it's not offered in our campus, it's only offered in this campus, for example. Convenience cannot be the reason you take courses outside of our program and get credit for that. So the certificate option, so actually if you are in the honors in biology, so there are separate things. There are students in honors college, that is separate. So when I say honors thesis, that is departmental honor. So we kind of celebrate the student who finished the honors thesis successfully in the diploma, saying that this is a biology honors thesis graduate. So that's a separate. And then the certificate is a new program. So the rationale is that this is a student thought about different options in ECB, and then took the course for SBR, PPBR, and have real authentic research experience in class, and then chose to work with the faculty in the independent research, and then defended the honor thesis. And that's the requirement for the certificate. So those who, for example, have done all that but ECB, you can take ECB course next semester, check all the boxes, and you will get a certificate. Is there a different form or list of requirements for transfer student majoring in biology? No. So what you need to do is that you probably have a list of courses transfer from community college or other college, and you can fill that in the current form. So the form is the form whether you waived certain courses by transferring courses, and you just write that. But it's the same form. There's no separate form for transfer students. So honors college has different set of requirements, and what I just described to you has nothing to do with honors college requirement. If you can satisfy doing something and satisfy both, double dipping, that's great. But when I presented honors thesis and so on, that has nothing to do with the requirement for honors college requirements. If it somehow overlap, great, but I don't see those two doesn't mix. So there is nothing in the requirement for the certificate of program that can be waived for transfer students. So Kabiru, if I answer your question, if I understand your question correctly, So you have a form and you have to check each boxes, and none of them are transferable from other school. No, so the MARC program, you apply in the spring sophomore, because it is a 2-year program, and some say, oh, I'm gonna be in only 1 year. You save money being in 1 year, and I'm not deciding that. It is NIH mandated. Once you are admitted, you have a commitment for 2 years. So some students take 1 extra year because, hey, it's free, you have a great research experience. So some students even do post-bachelor program to have a research experience, but you can do that staying in Rutgers-Camden and actually taking other classes for fun, but have a great research productivity. So that's another option, but you have a commitment for 2 years. I posted our MARC program, and you can go there for the requirements and so on. Okay, you don't apply honors biology. So basically, what's unique about the certificate and honor thesis and so on, this is open to everyone. This is not just elite students admitted to honors college, or if you want to just be honors thesis, then follow the procedure, and in the form ECB, take ECB in the first year, and that will lead you to research shadowing. Research shadowing is a 1 to 4 hours spending time in the lab. And then the following second year SBR, that's required for the degree. And then PPBR, which is optional. However, it is required if you want to pursue curricular research training and get the certificate of life science research, that's required. And then after that, you are competent in research. And actually, the students in PPBR, they publish their work into our journal, online research journal called Journal of Biological Sciences. And then you are welcomed by faculty. You've proven your research competent. That leads to 491, 492 internship in the independent research course. After that, in the senior year, you take honor thesis. So this is open to everyone. This is not just you apply, accepted. No, everyone can do this. I hope I answered you, Harvey. Neja, I'm not sure if I understand your question. You need to follow, you graduate from biology degree. Biology honors college is in addition to, that's the extra. So there is no such a thing as honors college curriculum. You can get kind of additional honor, graduating honors college, but your major requirement is what we just discussed. You have to have those and gen ed courses. That is biology major first, and then you do extra work to be counted as honors college student graduate. So you cannot skip biology requirement and just follow honors college requirement, and you are not counted as a biology major. So everything I describe is a minimum you need to do to be graduating with a bachelor in science in biology, and then you can do extra. Same is here. The certificate of program, that's optional, but that is open to everyone. So you have a core basic requirement, and then if you're open to do experiential learning, and have a certificate that will lead you to biology honor. Okay, any other question? Courses for the major. Okay, Janet, I'm recording right now, so I'm gonna post this recording in the Slack general channel. So you can join the Slack and you can watch. I'm not gonna repeat what I explained already. Right, so the Paula, you can take courses as a SAS student. You can take Rutgers-Camden courses, but it doesn't make sense you are a SAS student, become full-time student in Camden campus, right? So again, if you, for some reason, want to take courses in Camden and transfer credit to New Brunswick program, then you need approval from your department chair. And right, Kiyoshi, you can post that your the Twitter account there. Any other question? Okay, I think I'm going to finish presentation officially and stop recording, but I'm gonna hang around here. So if you have any other question, please stay and just I may answer any question you might have.